Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just me this time. There is no panels. There is there is no general discussions. It's just me and the chat talking. You get me? And we're here to talk to you guys. So big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. And yeah, we're here. We have a lot of cans of worms to open up. And we have a lot of discussions to be had. And we have a lot of conversations to be had. There are Liverpool fans online calling out Slot. There is a lot of cans of worms. We must speak about a lot of things. So, you guys know how these shows are. Very interactive. I'm here to interact with you guys. I'm here to ask you guys the questions. I'm here to get involved with you guys. And, there is a lot. You get me? There's a lot. Oh my God. Is that Igal when he painted his face? Oh my days. They done you dirty, Igal. They done you completely dirty there, Igal. Oh my days, man. Anyway, there is something I wanna talk about, and big up Tom in the chat. There is something I want to talk about, and it's the game. I want to talk about the direction we have headed forward. There is a tweet, very interestingly, I want to bring up because this is something that is, going around, making the circles around on Twitter. Big up to Ahmed, first and foremost, one of the guys that used to speak on Football Wars, one of the guys that used to be active on Spaces. Arne Slot, from March to now, has been one of the worst managers in the league. His underutilization in the squad has cost us big time. Chiesa not getting any minutes, Jones playing right back, Robertson playing every game. His arrogance and ineptitude has been shocking. This is what Ahmed tweeted out today. And it's funny because I was looking at the quote tweets and quite a few people actually are agreeing with what Ahmed is saying. Quite a few people obviously are doing the whole he won the league in his first year, so you can't criticize him. He's done what is required of him, etc., 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 which is all true stuff. All of it is true, but there is quite a few people who have been agreeing with Ahmed's take on Arne Slot. And look, obviously we all know what happened last season. But I shouldn't take you seriously either, selection, because you rate Darwin Núñez and you want Salah sold. So why should I take you seriously? Anyway, back to the topic. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack from the statement. Ineptitude, arrogance. Would I call it ineptitude? Would I call it arrogance? Probably not, to be honest with you. I don't think Arne Slot is arrogant or inept. But here's what I will say regarding yesterday's game. Look, first of all, he's saying from March, right? So let's discuss what's happened since March, because March has been a shocking month for Liverpool Football Club. So March, we scraped past PSG, 1-0 away from home. We beat Southampton 3-1 at home. We lost to PSG on penalties. We lost to Newcastle. And he said since March, so there is that 1-0 win against Everton, and then that's 3-2 loss against Fulham yesterday. Now, here's the thing with yesterday's game. First, let's acknowledge what was the biggest problem with yesterday's game? Conceding 3 goals away at Fulham. The first goal is individual error from Ibrahima Konate and Curtis Jones. Both of those individual errors. Second of all, the second goal, Robertson makes 3 mistakes in a row, passes the ball to Alex Iwobi, runs all the way back into the penalty box, and then heads the ball down to Iwobi. And then Iwobi scores a goal that deflects off of Robertson. And then the third goal, Muniz bullies Van Dijk, and we concede a goal. Now, Here's the thing that I want to say about this whole conversation, and I want to say about this whole Arne Slot thing. I think Arne Slot has gotten outcoached in the month of March. I think Arne Slot has gotten outcoached. I think Newcastle, he got outcoached, and PSG, he got outcoached. I think over a 2-game, leg against PSG, Luis Enrique took him to the cleaners. I'll be honest with you. Luis Enrique completely outcoached and out-tacticked Arne Slot. I think Eddie Howe at Wembley absolutely tactically destroyed Arne Slot. Those are the 2 games where I think Arne Slot was completely out-tacticked, and I actually blamed him above everyone else for the result. Players, individuals, etc. Here's the thing, and I find myself in this place when I left Twitter. Twitter forces you to have agendas on certain individuals. Like that guy, like Ahmed, the guy that I shared. He has a massive Diaz agenda, but he's supportive of Nunez. He loves Cody Gakpo. You find people who love Luis Diaz, hate Cody Gakpo. You find people who like Darwin Núñez. I don't know how. Worst humans ever on the earth. You find different types of people who like different things. The problem I have is when I left Twitter, ever since today, I have had a clear way of looking at football. I'm looking at football now without the lens of any player FC, without the lens of like any player is bigger than the football club type way. Everyone has been criticized by me all season long that deserves criticism, and you guys have watched me from the start of the season criticize Arne Slot, criticize Salah, criticize Virgil, criticize so many people. I am not incapable of criticism. I have criticized so many individuals, bro, at this football club who I think have let us down. Now, here's my thing with yesterday's game. Why did we concede 3 goals? 3 individual errors. Is that Arne Slot's fault? No. And the reason why this is not Arne Slot's fault is, obviously people will talk about rotation, but if Arne Slot yesterday started Kwanzaa over Konate, people would be losing their shit. Why is Kwanzaa starting at center back? If Arne Slot, maybe started Elliot over Soboslai or something, you'd be like, why is Elliot in the midfield? He's not athletic enough to be the midfielder against Fulham. He rotated the one position in the team that allows us to rotate, which is Gakpo for Luis Diaz. Even though I don't think Diaz should have been, I don't think he should have been subbed off, because I think Diaz had a man of the match performance against Everton. Personally, I would have played Diaz and Gakpo together against Fulham. I would have put Diaz up top, and I would have put on the left Cody Gakpo. So I would have started false 9 Luis Diaz. So that's maybe the only difference I would have made. Here's the thing with the game yesterday. 3 individual errors. By definition, I cannot blame Arne Slot. By definition, I cannot blame Arne Slot, because it's 3 individual errors. That's the thing. Virgil makes an individual error. Konate and Jones makes individual errors, and Robertson makes an individual errors. Arne Slot did not start that game by going like, Andy Robertson, go and pass the ball to Alex Iwobi. He didn't do that. He just didn't do that. Like, he didn't go to Robertson and was like, can you please pass the ball to Iwobi, and then run after it and then head him the ball back? He didn't do this. That's the thing. And I do think that Arne Slot deserves criticism for something. The one thing I will criticize Arne Slot for is he didn't change it soon enough. And the one thing that I don't like is the fact that his substitution, you can read like a book. Núñez did not need to come on yesterday. I'm not even doing agendas. I'm actually being that serious. There is no need to bring on Núñez. There is literally no need. What he did at the end with Chiesa and Núñez up top, he should have just done with Chiesa and Jota up top. Getting into those positions that Darwin Núñez got into, I would have rather had Jota be in those positions. Even though Jota has not been clinical this season, He still is levels above Darwin Núñez when it comes to like clinical edge. Like when it comes to clinicalness, when it comes to finishing your chances, Jota is still levels above Darwin Núñez. And Darwin Núñez came on yesterday and he was the worst substitute. He was literally the worst substitute. This is not even an agenda. Chiesa, apologies. Chiesa was a bigger threat than him. Elliott was a bigger threat than him. Bradley was a bigger threat than him. And he was a right back. He was even a bigger threat than him. So the one thing I want to say is we need to put the Núñez substitution in the bag because it just doesn't have a single positive influence on Liverpool Football Club this moment in time. I do think Chiesa deserves an opportunity, even if you play him up top, as an example. People keep saying Chiesa on the right. If you play Chiesa on the right, you limit him. Big up, Jenny. You limit him because Chiesa on the right cannot cut in and then cross with his weak foot. Chiesa need to be played on the left or down the middle so he can become a goal threat. And you saw when he played down the middle, he was a goal threat all game long. He was literally a goal threat all game long. Got into dangerous positions, the shots that he had, the interchange, the link-up play, the dropping deep, the getting past players. Chiesa offers you that. And that's just the reality of the situation. And I look at the substitutions yesterday. Elliott did really well. Bradley did really well. And Chiesa did really well. Diaz did unbelievably well. Like, for me, the two best substitutions on the day were Bradley and Luis Diaz. Those two made a massive difference to our team. Diaz finished the chance and created the chance for Salah that Salah should have scored. 100,000,000% Salah should have scored. 100% Salah should have scored. But for me, the best substitute yesterday was Bradley and Diaz. Both of those did an absolutely incredible job. I don't know what Federico Chiesa has done to Arne Slot. I really don't. I mean, the guy scores a goal at Wembley and, you know, we play Everton. We're finding them tough to break down. He don't even bring him then. That's the thing. So that's the thing that I wanna bring up. Why is Mr. Sanderson still reporting transfers? Don't worry. Husam x Tom x Kopish tomorrow, inshallah. I am gonna cook his ass for this transfers thing. Don't worry, we have the spies ready. Big up to you, Caster. Thank you, Habibi. Nino. Slot's mistake is not rotating. Other terms work on our tactics as well. We need a different lineup and hope he will learn. Big up Husam, like the video. Here's where I disagree. First of all, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, make sure you guys are listening to me and liking the video. Here is where I disagree with you. When you say rotate, who would you have rotated? Tell me. And everyone in the chat, please tell me, who would you have rotated? That's the thing. I actually want to know. Because I wouldn't have started Jota. I would put Diaz down the middle. I put Gakpo on the left. It's a possibility you start Endo, you know, to give you that defensive availability, which I think is a good suggestion. But other than that, if you tell me make a team, you know, make a team before the game and not in hindsight now, I'm saying before the game, I would only change like what, 2 players? That's all. That is all, literally. I would have just changed 2 players. Maybe started Endo and then, you know, Diaz and Gakpo together. Other than that, there isn't that much rotation. So when people say rotation, okay, I give you an actual legitimate scenario. And I'm going to be completely honest here. It's very fair to say, and I think I'm going to make an objective statement here. It's very fair to say that Kwanzaa has been iffy this season. He has not been amazing, and he has not been crap. He's just been iffy. If Arne Slot started Kwanzaa yesterday, and then Kwanzaa passes the ball to Muniz, and Muniz scores, and we end up losing the game, you all would have an incredibly reaction and just go like, why did he start Kwanzaa? Konate has been one of the best centre-backs in the league this season. Why did he start Kwanzaa? And I know for a fact there would have been people, even though I said I would like to have seen him start Endo, there would have been people, had he started Endo, went like, man, this midfield lacks athleticism, and that's the reason that's why we lost. And that's the thing. So when I'm looking at today's argument, because remember, it was actually Ahmed that brought this up, not me. This is the thing that we're here to discuss, which is, you know, He said that Arne Slot from March until now has had arrogance and ineptitude. I don't necessarily think it's arrogance and ineptitude, and I don't even think it's rotation. I think it's a tactical issue that we have, and it's the fact that we are limiting our best player. And as per usual, the people flock in to say the same exact stuff. Where was Salah? Where was Salah? Where was Salah? Where was Salah? It's the same exact statement over and over and over and over. Every single rival fan has been waiting for Salah to have like one bad game to just hop on him. And it was so obvious after PSG. It was so obvious after PSG. And people did the same thing yesterday. And people did the same thing against Everton. And people did the same thing against Newcastle. Because people just want to criticize one guy. I'm going to ask you guys a genuine, objective footballing question. Put one in the chat if you think Salah looks significantly better as soon as Bradley was on the pitch. Put the number one in the chat if you think Salah was significantly better as soon as Bradley came on the pitch. Thank you, Tabang. And you want to know the thing with a lot of people who are saying like the number one in the chat right now? You know, football discourse has become just black and white and has just become this thing where you can't even have just an objective footballing debate. Conor Bradley playing right back means that Salah had someone to underlap and overlap around him. Meaning when Salah got the ball, instead of him going like, where the hell is Curtis Jones? He's playing through balls to Bradley. He's playing underlapping balls to Bradley. Like he's finding Bradley on the cut-in. He's finding Bradley on the overlap. Big up to you, Nino. And that's one of the reasons why Newcastle away, every single one of you guys was in the chat going like, where is Salah? Trent comes on and Trent and Salah combine and we score 2 goals and we get a 3-3 draw away at Newcastle. Ask yourself why that happened with Trent. Why did that happen with Trent? And I'm not even talking about Trent's skill set. I'm just talking about the fact that Trent as a player, like I'm not talking about his individual ability. I'm talking about the fact that he is a natural right back. The game against Newcastle away, do you know who started right back? Who started right back away at Newcastle? Kwanzaa. Who started right back against Newcastle at Wembley? Kwanzaa. Who started right back against PSG, where actually in the first 20 minutes we looked really good and then Trent got subbed off and we created fuck all? Kwanzaa. Who started right back where Salah did not look good against Everton? Curtis Jones. But why can't we have an honest football debate? Why? I want you to come here and tell me Salah is shit because he's individually shit. I dare any of you. And not actually tell me that the system is not working. Have you seen me blame Gakpo? Have you seen me blame Jota? Have you seen me blame Diaz? I'm not doing what Tom Little did. I'm not doing what Tom Little did, which is, let me pick out Diaz and say this is all Diaz's fault. I'm not saying any of this. I think Slot got outcoached against Luis Enrique, and he got outcoached against Eddie Howe at Wembley. Those two outcoached him. Against Everton, and there's a reason why I agreed with Mike on the Friday show, when Jamie Phillips was throwing his toys out the pram and getting really upset and getting really mad and like, you know, oh my God, like I cannot do this anymore with this fan base. Mike called out the creativity of the team and he got really angry. You say Salah is just a goal scorer and he's an output machine and he's not a good footballer. Okay, so Salah missed one chance that Diaz created for him. There is no striker in football that gets one chance, scores 1 goal. There is none. Haaland doesn't even do that. Haaland does not even do that. How do you watch Liverpool Football Club and blame Salah or blame Gakpo or blame Jota or blame Diaz? You cannot. People need to understand there is a difference between a forward line player missing 5 clear-cut chances versus I'm not even getting the ball to the forward line to begin with. This is the issue that people are not understanding. You want to know who was shit against Fulham? Ryan Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch could not pass out of the press to save his life. He could not. Ryan Gravenberch got completely nullified against Fulham. Every time he got the ball in a position to pass the ball, he fucked up the pass. Completely messed up the pass, Ryan Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch as a centre-back yesterday was better than Ryan Gravenberch as a midfielder. So much better. So much better, by the way, as a centre-back than he was as a midfielder. His performance yesterday. Completely better. Dominic Szoboszlai has such a lack of risk-taking, I cannot explain it. You know when you're a number 10, your whole game is built around taking risks. No number 10 shouldn't take risks. How many risks did Coutinho take when he played for Liverpool Football Club? How many risks did Ozil take? How many risks did some of the best number 10s we have ever watched take? Dele Alli, he didn't take risks at Spurs. Christian Eriksen didn't take risks at Spurs. I keep going with the number 10s that have taken risks. My problem with Szoboszlai is not his overall ability. My problem with Szoboszlai is his cojones. I'm going to ask you guys a question because you guys know we're very interactive on streams like this. So I'll ask you guys a question. First of all, big up to O'Malley who says, Gertruda at right back was important for Slot at Feyenoord. Yes, and Trent is important for Slot at Liverpool. And Bradley is important for Slot at Liverpool. Kwanzaa is not a right back. Curtis Jones is not a right back. They both sucked in that position. I ask you all a question. The McAllister goal. The one that McAllister scored. Put one in the chat if you don't think Szoboszlai even takes the shot. Put one in the chat if you don't even think that Szoboszlai even takes the shot. Be honest. Put one in the chat right now if you don't even think that Szoboszlai even attempts that shot. And that's the thing. You want to know why the game ended 3-2? The first goal that we scored, McAllister took a complete risk. Szoboszlai is not taking them risks. And this is the issue that I have. But you can't even have normal conversations anymore. People come here, even Liverpool fans. So you're not going to criticize Salah? Oh, Salah didn't play well. Oh, tell me, do you think that the 32-year-old should be our best player? It's the same old shit conversations. But why yesterday when Bradley came on, suddenly the right winger started playing better? You want to know why? Because Curtis Jones never overlapped Salah once. Every time Salah got the ball, there's 3 people on him and a right back that isn't overlapping. And Curtis Jones. Pass left. Pass right. Pass left. Curtis Jones. This is Curtis Jones. This is Szoboszlai. Where's Daddy Salah? Where's Dad? Let me find Dad. Oh, Dad, you're over there? I'm going to pass you the ball. McAllister doesn't do that. McAllister got into a dangerous position. He's like, I'm going to release this fucking shot. I'm going to release this shot when McAllister got the ball. McAllister got the ball and he's like, shoot! Bomba! I'm going to shoot. Szoboszlai. Where's Daddy? Let me find Daddy. Oh, daddy, you're over there. I'm going to pass you the ball. Curtis Jones. Pass right. Pass left. That's his role. That's all he does. How can I teach technique? How do I teach people in the chat that I watched Ronaldo Nazario marked out of games? How can I teach people in the chat that I watched Eden Hazard marked out of games by Ander Herrera? Football is a team sport. It's a sport where the team must play well in order for the individual to shine. You need a team. You need a team. Konate can't clear out a simple header, and Curtis Jones clears it straight at Sessegnon, and they score. The second one, Robertson under no pressure, passes the ball to Iwobi, and then runs all the way back into the penalty box, and then heads the ball down to Iwobi, and then runs all the way back and deflects the Iwobi shot into the back of his own net. And the third goal, you know, Virgil van Dijk sat there like, perfume. Smell my perfume, Muniz. Smell it? Oh, amazing perfume. Muniz, are you intimidated by my smell? Are you intimidated? Smell it? Oh, amazing perfume. What an amazing perfume. Smell it? Oof, oof. What a perfume. What a perfume. Smell me. Smell me, Muniz. Maybe you will be intimidated by the cream, by the smell of my perfume today. Instead of him grabbing the fuck out of Muniz and fucking just destroying that fucking loser. Who here would take Muniz? Put one if you wouldn't take Muniz at your club. Everyone here knows I can't stand Darwin Núñez. Everyone knows I cannot stand Darwin Núñez. I'm not taking Muniz. Muniz, I am not taking at Liverpool Football Club. Put one in the chat if you're not taking Muniz at Liverpool. I'm not taking Muniz. I am not taking that guy at my football club. I don't want Muniz. I hate Darwin. I can't stand Darwin. I need Darwin to fuck off. I'm not taking Muniz. But Virgil is like, smell my shampoo. Maybe my shampoo will stop you. Ya akhi, tackle him, ya akhi. Ya akhi, tackle him. He did the same thing last week. He did the same thing last week against Beto. How are you allowing 2 weeks in a row? I think it was Tabang that mentioned it yesterday. How are you allowing Beto and Muniz to bully you in back-to-back games? And the dumbass fan base is blaming Salah. We go away to Fulham. Konate, individual error. Van Dijk, individual error. Robertson, individual error. Where's Salah? Talk to me about Salah. Where is Mo? You know, I'd sell Gakpo. I'd sell Jota. I'd sell Diaz. Okay, but why are you not talking about the reason why we lost the game? Why? Why are you not talking about the reason that we lost the game? Why can't you guys actually be objective and honest? Why? How many times yesterday did Muniz bully Van Dijk, even in the air? Even in the air, bullied Van Dijk, by the way. Completely bullied him. That's the thing that I have an issue with. That's the thing that I'm trying to explain. Let's actually have football conversations. Allow all the shit, same thing that you guys bring up every fucking week. Every week, Liverpool draw a game or Liverpool lose a game. You're talking about the one guy that has consistently pulled us out of trouble from August until today. All season long. The guy, goal and assist against Manchester City home and away. Goal away at Arsenal in the 84th minute. 3 GA in one game away at Old Trafford. You keep going with all the moments he's done for us this season. All I'm saying is I'm not blaming any forward line player. I'm not. The game yesterday is not Gakpo's fault. It's not Jota's fault. It's not Salah's fault. It's not Chiesa's fault. Understand that we cannot bring the ball to the forward line to begin. That's the problem. That's literally the issue. Why is the ball not getting to the forward line? Why? Why? Because of the tactics. Because of the style. We get the ball. Long ball to Jota. Long ball to Jota. Long ball to Jota. Long ball to Jota. Long ball, long ball, long ball, long ball. And Jota sat there like, my name's Diogo Jota. I'm 5'6". Let me win the header against Dan Burn. Failed. Let me win the header against the 6-foot center backs that Everton have. Branthwaite and Tarkovsky. Failed. The goal that we scored against Everton at Anfield, it was played on the ground. The ball was played on the ground. Liverpool score a goal. The goal that we scored against Fulham, the ball was played on the ground. Play the ball on the ground, intricate passes, one-on-one, create triangles, chance created. The entirety of the first 45 minutes was hoof, 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 hoof. We scored one goal in the second half. It was played on the ground. Salah's chance that he created for Jota was on the ground. Diaz's chance that he created for Salah was on the ground. Can we stop this 4-4-2 1966 England football? It doesn't work. England tried it for 60 years. It does not work. Cross, 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 cross. يا حبيبي, who is gonna head it طيب? Who's the West Ham center backs? Next week we play West Ham, right? West Ham here. West Ham. Let's look at their center backs in the last game. Let's analyze this properly. Let's talk ball. They just drew with Bournemouth 2-2, right? This is their center back. Todibo is 1.9 meters. He is 6'2". Todibo is 6'2". Kilman, he's even taller. Kilman is 6'4". So we're gonna come up against West Ham with a 6'2" center back and a 6'4" center back. If next week at Anfield we start crossing the ball again, are you guys gonna come ask me again where's Salah? Because Salah is expected to win a header. They're gonna come tell me Jota's shit against two NBA players. Is that what you're gonna say? Or you're actually gonna look at the root cause of the issue at the football club when it comes to creativity? You wanna know what this team was missing? Can I tell you what this team was missing? There is a player that plays for Olympique Lyon. He goes by the name of Ryan Cherki. If we just signed Cherki in January for 20 million, every single fucking game we would have had, he would have created minimum 2 or 3 more big chances. You wanna know why? Because when Cherki gets the ball, let me find Daddy doesn't exist. Cherki gets the ball and he has technique. You cannot teach technique. You come out of your mother's womb with technique. This is reality. You know what we needed? A defensive midfielder. We need someone who tackles the shit out of people, and we need a creator. This is what we need. There is no other thing. خلاص. Forget forward line, not forward line. We're not getting the forward line the ball to begin with. We aren't. Yesterday, put Ugarte in Liverpool's team. Shit passer, just a very good defender. We're better. Yesterday, put, I don't know, who's a creative 10? Whoever, Cherki in the number 10, instead of Szoboszlai, we look a lot better. People need to understand that when you're watching Liverpool Football Club, there's bigger issues if you actually watch the game and you take off all your agenda glasses. Just watch the game. Just watch the game. In the entirety of the first half, we did not create a single chance. Not one. Not one chance we didn't create. You know when we started creating chances? When a natural right back played and we actually started playing football on the ground. We allowed the whole hoofball thing. Hoofball. يا حبيبي, who's going to win the header طيب? Out of all these people you're hoofing it to, who the hell is going to win the header? Hoof. Okay, who's going to win the header then? Who's going to win the header? That's the thing that I'm talking about. When you talk about criticism, you can criticize Salah for missing the chance yesterday, which I would agree with you. I think he should have scored the chance. That was a fantastic pass by Luis Diaz, and kudos to him. I think Luis Diaz, as soon as the sun comes out, starts playing good football. You know, maybe that's why if he moved to Spain, he might cook over there. Hear me? Harvey Elliott comes on. Suddenly we're playing passes on the ground. I was like, where was this whole game long? Finally, we're actually playing on the ground. Go to the goals that we scored at the beginning of the season when we were dominating everyone. 3-0 away at United. First goal, cross. But Diaz to the far post made all the way the run. The second goal on the ground. The third goal on the ground. The goals against Brentford on the ground. The goals against Ipswich on the ground. And I think penalty was the second goal, if I'm not mistaken. The goals against City. On the ground. All I'm saying is, when it comes to watching this football club, we are capable of doing this. What I just do not understand is the incapability of just playing the same football that we played at the start of the season. And when you tell me stuff like, Husam, the team was tired. Okay, Habibi, Fulham were away at the Emirates on Tuesday. So where's that excuse gone then? Where is that excuse gone? This whole Fulham were tired thing. Where's that excuse gone? Because Fulham have a smaller squad and a worse squad than us and a worse manager than us and worse players than us, but they played on Tuesday. And if you noticed, and this will come back to actually talking about the actual sport instead of agenda-driven narratives, why did Fulham stop pressing us? Yalla, tell me. Tell me. You guys all want to act like you're all football, you know, like you guys invented the sport. Tab Habibi, tell me why they stopped pressing us. Someone answer this question here. I'm going to mute my mic. Answer me, why did Fulham stop pressing Liverpool? Go ahead. Yeah. Give me an objective answer. Why did Fulham stop pressing Liverpool? Give me an objective answer from a football perspective. Why? They stopped pressing us, by the way. They started off the game pressing us. Then we scored. Then they stopped pressing us and scored 3 times. Why did they stop pressing us? Tell me. Yalla. Go ahead, footballing people. Go ahead. You don't know why they stopped pressing us? Because of our inability to make through passes. That's it. It's very, very, very simple point to make. Our inability to make through passes, our inability to play out of the like the midfield into a dangerous position, complete inability. You want to know who changed that inability? Harvey Elliott. You want to know who changed the inability of our flanks being weak? Connor Bradley. You want to know what changed our inability of having like danger down the middle? When Chiesa came on and we played with 2 strikers. My only problem with Arne Slot is not what people have been saying about rotation and the same usual shit. I'm talking about, why didn't you make the subs earlier? Yani halftime came. Ya habibi, we were 3-1 down already. I'm already 3-1 down. Change it directly. What I said at halftime is, bring Endo on for Gravenberch, because Gravenberch is having the worst game I've seen since Newcastle away. Gravenberch was shit in that midfield. He couldn't pass forward to save his life. Bring on Wataru Endo to stop their counterattacks because he does destroyer DM. Do not take off Jota. Play 2 strikers up top instead. So what I would have done is, I would have taken off Szoboszlai, taken off Gravenberch, played Endo. I would have went with a 4-4-2. Endo as the DM, McAllister as the 10. I would have played Chiesa, Diaz, Jota, and Salah all together. Or I could have played Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, and Salah all together. Ma you're 3-1 down, يعني خلاص. 45 minutes, you have to score 3 goals. You're 3-1 down. Don't wait. There is no need to wait. That's the thing that pisses me off. All of that happens, and some brain-dead, stupid bastard asks me, where is Salah? Imagine. You cannot get the ball to the forward line to save your life. The right back is an inverting midfielder into midfield. And the guy comes, asks me, after we conceded 3 goals because of individual errors away from home, where is Salah? Tell me, where is Salah? Where was Salah in that game? Where was Salah? Where's Salah? Tell me, where's Salah? Isn't that the same thing you guys criticized Jurgen Klopp for last season? Jurgen Klopp conceded so many goals. When I defended Jurgen Klopp, you all criticized him. You all criticized Jurgen Klopp. Remember this. I was on the front lines defending Jurgen Klopp on every single platform. You all criticized Jurgen Klopp publicly in the comment sections everywhere last season because we conceded easy goals and we always went 1-0 down. Well, guess what? We were 3-1 down, not even 1-0 down. Talk to me now. At least with Jurgen Klopp last season, we created a shit ton of chances that all our forwards missed. Where was the shit ton of chances? Where was the shit ton of chances? Tell me. Point me towards the direction of the shit ton of chances we created against Fulham. Show me where. Show me where. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Show me where. Where's the chances we created? You can't. None of you can answer that question. Not a single one of you can answer that question because there was no created chance. So my criticism of Slot is just make the substitutions earlier. That's it. Next week, everyone stop lying to yourself. He's going to start with the same exact players, except Bradley coming in for Jones. So it's going to be, if Alisson is fit, Alisson. Other than that, there is no substitutions. It's going to be Alisson if he's fit or Kelleher. On the right, Bradley. On the left, Robertson, Konate, Van Dijk, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Diaz, Jota, Gakpo, Jota, whatever. That's it. That's it. Don't lie to yourself. Do you really expect next week against West Ham at Anfield that he's going to go with a different formation? Like, be honest. Be honest. Do you honestly think that he's going to change anything? Put 1 in the chat if you think that Bradley and maybe one of the forwards is the only subs he's going to make. Put 1 in the chat if you expect fully the same team. Tell me. Put 1 in the chat if you think he's just going to run it back. There you go then. There you go then. All you guys say is rotation, 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 rotation. Who's he going to rotate next week? He ain't going to rotate no one. He ain't going to rotate no one. All this buzzwords about rotation. Who's he going to rotate? Tell me. He ain't going to rotate nobody. He isn't. He's simply not going to rotate a single player. He just won't. So why should I lie to myself? I know Bradley is starting right back if he's fit. And that's it. End of discussion. Chiesa is not starting. We were 3-1 down away at Fulham and he only gave him 15 minutes. Chiesa is not starting. Give it up. Just put the Chiesa in the bag. He's not starting. So that's my logical breakdown of the game yesterday. Tactically, should have done a lot better than hoof the ball up because that is completely unsuccessful. And on top of that, the way that we played, we did not create clear-cut chances. And on top of that, Slot didn't change it earlier. That's it. Fulham stopped pressing us. Talk football. Not every day just regurgitate what you read online. Where's Salah? Haha, Salah Ballon d'Or. Where's Salah? Where's Salah? Salah. Habibi, Salah has 27 goals, 17 assists. If he doesn't get 1 more GA from now to the end of the season, he's still the best player in the league. Like, the guy broke all records. 44 GA in 38 games is still best player in the league level. You get me? So just put the whole where's Salah in the bag. Talk football. 3 individual errors by 3 defenders. Can't get the ball to the forward line to save our life. Playing hoof ball against 6-foot plus NBA defenders. How are you going to score? How? And this is where Mike was wrong. Trent Alexander-Arnold is not just on the stat sheet. Trent Alexander-Arnold is eye test. Because the one guy that makes us create out of nothing from the ground, like this, is Trent. Trent is capable of playing a 40-yard diagonal like this, that breaks down the entirety of whatever the opposition got going on. No one in our team can do that. Kwanzaa at right back can do that. Jones at right back can do that. And we've seen it for 3 games in a row. Trent started at right back against PSG. And for the first 20 minutes, we cooked them. He got injured. He got subbed off for Kwanzaa. Threat gone. Threat gone. Newcastle, final. Kwanzaa starts right back. Threat gone. Curtis Jones starts right back against Everton. Threat gone. Curtis Jones starts right back away at Fulham. Threat gone. You can't even have a normal conversation. So you're going to look me in the eye and tell me that you don't think Salah was a lot better when Bradley came on and he actually had overlapping players around him? Talk football, bro. Talk football. Talk about the sport. Break down the sport. We cannot shit on Talk Sport and shit on all the media and then come here and do worse than even the media do. Let's be objective about this club. And that's why the title of the stream is, Do We Need Change? And this is what we're going to get into right here, right now. So stick around. Husam, the team is crying for signings. That's actually what I'm going to talk about now, Munim Abdul. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I would like Cunha, but not as a 9 to replace Szoboszlai. I'd love for Cunha to replace Szoboszlai, but I just don't personally see Cunha happening. As I said, Liverpool have the whole no dickheads policy, and they do look at Cunha as a dickhead, so there's nothing I can do about that, to be honest with you. Big up to Sammy, says, I hear you, but it's okay to admit that Salah wasn't at the right level today because Mo is a world-class player. He will get back to his level. Sammy, here's the thing. When you tell me he wasn't at his world-class player, but I disagree with that because I think the problem was systematic. And how do you say, Husam, keep your energy consistent? Okay, I don't blame Diaz. I don't blame Jota. I don't blame Salah. I don't blame Gakpo. I blame the midfield and I blame the 3 individual errors. Arne Slot should have made the subs earlier. Bradley comes on, directly Salah looks like his old self again. Like he looks like involved and he's creating chances and he's getting in behind. And it's a different type of game when you have a natural right back behind you who's overlapping, who's underlapping, who's making those runs, who's making those marauding runs furthermore, Connor Bradley. Who was our 2 best players yesterday? Yalla, tell me, people in the chat. People in the chat, who was our 2 best players yesterday? If you say anyone other than the 2 in my mind, you're wrong. Like, objectively, you cannot say anyone other than the 2 that are in my mind right now. 2 players outperformed everyone else yesterday. Bradley and Diaz. Thank you. Everyone in the chat already saying it. Some people might say Elliot, fair enough, but I do think Bradley and Diaz outperformed everyone. Bradley changed the whole way we play, ya Sami, ya Habibi. He changed the whole way that we play. When you talk about the right winger, you need help from your right-hand side. When you talk about your left winger, you need help from your left-hand side. One of the constructive criticism we've had over Robertson is the fact he doesn't overlap as much. Isn't this something we mentioned 100 times? So keep the same energy. Bradley came on, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Diaz came on, unbelievable. But that's because the whole style changed. And this is the only thing that I objectively criticize Arne Slot for. Ya Habibi, I'm begging you, change the style if it's not working. Don't just do like for like subs. Nunes for Jota, Jota for Nunes. This is not, it's not like the angels came down from the sky and said, you must make the substitutions or I'm going to kill you now. Like, Ya Habibi, khalas, this like for like thing doesn't change anything. It doesn't. Nunes for Jota, Jota for Nunes. Every week, same substitution. Like Jota starts this week, Nunes on for Jota. Nunes starts next week, Jota on for Nunes. But what difference does it make? What difference does it make? It makes no difference. That's why we need to change the style. And Slot did change the style. When he played Gravenberch as center back, brought on Elliott and Chiesa together. He changed the style. So when the style changed, we started cooking. And that's the point. And that's the point with Arne Slot. So Slot already changed the style, and we started cooking, and we started penetrating their back four, and we started creating chances. And that's the thing with this convo. Next week, we just checked. Kilman is 6'4", Todibo is 6'2". Don't play long balls. I'm begging you. There is categorically no point of playing hoof balls to Jota, who is 5'4", against these three giants. There is no point. Graham Potter is not coming to Anfield to play beautiful football. He's going to play low block. So get ready. Simple as. Long balls will not solve the low block problem. Start Bradley so we have a natural right back. And if you want to change the way that we play two strikers up top. Play Diaz, Gakpo, and Jota together. Why not? Diaz as the 10/second striker. Jota in front of him. Gakpo on the left, Salah on the right. We have 7 games left. Just go with all your weapons. With 7 games left, I do not need a shield. I just need a big-ass sword. And I'm going to kill everyone. That's the mentality. Anyway, is change needed? Someone mentioned it as well earlier on. Transfers. 100%. This game and others are prime examples of why transfers are needed. I think Liverpool now either need a destroyer DM. First of all, big up to everyone locked in. Thank you guys so much. We don't even usually do a stream at this point in time in the day, because we usually have A-listers, and we do still after an hour and a half. So make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. I appreciate everyone who shows us love. So please do like the video, do subscribe. Big up to Sammy, Munem, big up to O'Malley, big up to Voice of Reason, Nino, and Caster. Thank you to everyone who sent in the super chat. Thank you to everyone who supports us, like, subscribe. Transfers now. Let's talk transfers. Do we need transfers? Yes, we do. We definitely need transfers. I think we need a center back. We need a left back. We need a right back. We need one midfielder minimum. And we need 2 strikers or 2 forwards. I think we need easily 6-7 signings this summer. 100%. 100%. It's time to put the Robertson starting thing in the bag, mate. I think we need the backup center back because one of Kwanzaa and Gomez will leave. We need the right back because Trent's gone. Hopefully Trent stays, but if he does go, then we need the right back. Midfield, I think Baena would absolutely suit us playing in the 10. 100%. We need a striker that puts the ball in the back of the net. Send Nunes to Saudi Arabia or to the Gulag, I don't care. And buy a goal-scoring winger on the left as well. And that's the thing. I think we really need to make a difference to our team this summer. Like, this summer is the time to make a massive difference to this team. That's just the reality of the situation. We have so many things that need addressing, and we need to be able to learn even in victory. He's not good enough, Leighton. We need to learn from victory. Even with the fact that we're going to win the league, we still have to learn. You can't learn only when you suck. You have to learn also when you're good. That's what separates great teams. And you know, yesterday, it made me develop like new respect for Pep Guardiola. You might say, Husam, what does the game yesterday do with Pep? You know, one thing that I like about Pep, even when everyone else in the league gives up and doesn't want to compete for the league, like they think that they've lost the league already or etc. You know what Pep does? Pep keeps going. Pep has instilled this mentality in his team of having a well-oiled machine where even when like everyone, like they're far away and ahead of everyone, they keep going. They never stop. They just keep winning and keep winning and keep winning till they mathematically lift it. And I think the mentality yesterday was horrible. I didn't like it at all. And the players must pay for this mentality because the players yesterday walked out onto that pitch like they won the game already. And I dislike that so much. Us as fans can think that we won it, but you as a player can't think that you've won it until you've lifted it. And that's the difference. Anyway, guys, this is going to be a short stream anyway. I'm going to wrap it up here. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be back an hour and 40 minutes from now for the A-listers. So please do like the video. Please do subscribe. And The stream's gonna take you over to the football terrace, so make sure you guys go tell the football terrace community that Husam raid has arrived. I'm gonna see you guys on the other side. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and do come back for A-listers, you guys. Peace out.